Welcome to Jacksonville, Alabama, a hidden gem a few miles from the border of Georgia and home to the Gamecocks of Jacksonville State, where these fans are fired up for this showdown about to play out on Burgess Snow Field. A couple of teams trying to stake their claim to being among the best in the country in this top 25 showdown we have in store. And the Gamecocks will kick it away to start us off. He'll bring it out. And the returner will be brought down. The Trojans' offense is going to be backed up thanks to that lackluster return. And there he is. When you have a guy like this, you don't mind building your attack around the running game, guys.
And he's a grown man. There's no doubt about it. This offense runs through him. Everybody gets their emotion, and everything is built on him and around him.
And everybody knows this guy's going to touch the football, and still, defenses can't stop him. He can run through tackles and make big things happen.
Hold it. Offense.
We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Looking for a productive play on first down. They believe they can run right here. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. And on second down for this offense. To the ground with the back. Out across the 20 to the 21-yard line, a 3-yard gain. When you reach this point in the season, these types of games, top 25 matchups, really determine whether you're going to be a contender.
Yeah, and really show what you're going to be the rest of the season. How are you going to finish strong throughout the season? The first part of the season, now getting to the middle of the season, Palmer, getting a chance to show what you're about so you can finish strong.
It's a resume builder, no doubt about it. And really, there's been so much anticipation building up to this top 25 matchup. So which team can control their emotions, I think, goes a long way in who wins this one.
Quick release on the RPO. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
And a big key on that throw to the slot receiver, guys, is putting the ball out in front. The location of the throw is what helped that guy get extra yards after the catch.
Off play action. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man downfield. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. And the Trojans are moving quickly down the field. Makes his connection. How about that elusiveness? He's got space. Touchdown, Southern Cal. That is the ultimate grab and go for the score.
Yards after catch. That's what this guy gives you. That was a simple slant pass. He caught it, made guys miss, showed you the speed, and it was pay dirt from there. What can you say about this guy's athleticism, man? He is such a weapon.
What kind of field position can he help them with on the return? Makes a move. He gets it out to the 32 and sets him up with a little better field position. The Gamecocks offense will go to work for the first time. One thing to watch, can this guy get in the quarterback's head and make him take a peek at the rush, David?
Dang, Skippy, that's what you want to do. You want to make this guy a little bit more human and not as much of a game breaker at the quarterback spot. Get some pressure on him, hit him a few times.
He's one of the best quarterbacks in the country, but he can't hurt you if he's laying on his back. And this defensive end can put him there often.
He's going to pass. Feeling some heat. Blasted as he lets it go. Got a lot of running room. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down. The Gamecocks look to do some damage in the red zone. Wants to throw on first down. Got it! And he will score! Touchdown, Jacksonville State!
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And the extra point is good. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And the score comes on a 12-yard touchdown pass. the end zone. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. Jesse, a very productive drive last time wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. Let's see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
He's looking for a man on second down. With the catch, it's Hurley. Powers through the defender. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. A 3rd and short coming from their own 20-yard line. They'll try to run for it. That run epitomizes a veteran, savvy senior who knows how to find space. The Trojans getting set on 1st and 10. He wants to throw. A little release to the back. Not the biggest play in the world, but it's one that can set the tone as he bangs his way out to the 38. And here comes the offense on second down. He's looking to throw. He's got it. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
You see it so much in college football when they motion a running back out of the backfield. What are they looking for? Man coverage. Are you trying to cover my running back with one of your linebackers? If you are, I'm going to take advantage. I love taking advantage of the mismatch with your running back out in space. Keep doing that. And here we go. If you're an offense, you got to get that ground game going so you can have some balance, and then you give it to your quarterback, Palmer, and let him make some plays down the field later on.
Yeah, exactly. And coming into this game, this offense knew they were going to have to some way, somehow, at least establish a semblance of...
And he makes the catch inside the 25. And the Trojans headed quickly to the line. They're not only ready to fight on, they're ready to deliver knockout punches with plays like that.
Yeah, they typically are, and it's typically Hollywood scripts, right? Just beautiful playmakers, big bodies, fast bodies, highlight the famous celebrity quarterbacks. That's just what USC does.
They'll line up for a second down play. He's looking to throw. Quickly complete. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. They're trying to eat up some clock here. 9th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 6. From the gun, wants to pass. And it's an incomplete pass over the middle. Now on 4th down, they'll send out the field goal unit. Not a particularly long kick from 36 yards out, but he'll have to guide it in from the left hash. Right down the boulevard, it's good. And with that, they've taken the lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. USF is ahead in this one, but unlike the days of Jim Leavitt, this has not been a blowout today in Tampa. They're up by 7 over Tennessee. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Swings it out to the flat. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. A little bit more to go after that last completion. They'll try to pick it up on second down. Here's a quick throw out to the left. And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
This slot receiver is a guy the defense has to be careful of. He runs good routes. He's got some speed, and if you're not careful, this guy can gash you.
They'll throw it on first down. Complete. Really nice job there by both guys, the throw and the catch, to work that defense and get the first down.
And a great job by the QB, finding the running back, get him the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. Ran right through the defender, and now he's still running. Really nice, patient job to find some running room by this junior. The offense lines up at the 41 with a 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Using the quick game. Put it right on him. Sweet play, good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line.
And that's why for the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
We're through one, and what a back-and-forth battle between these two quarterbacks as we look at the stats. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. First down to start the drive after the break. He's looking to throw it. Oh, what a grab by the defense. And the offense makes the tackle in frustration after the interception. Drive comes up empty, and it's a turnover. Never a good time for a turnover, but it always seems a little worse when you're about to knock on the door of the end zone.
No doubt about it. And it's this area of the field, Reese, where your execution really has to be great. Because down in the red zone, the windows to throw into it for a quarterback, they're smaller and they close a lot quicker. So you really have to be on the same page as your wide receiver. And that time, the offense and the QB simply were not.
And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. They kicked a field goal on the last drive, Jesse. They've got the lead. Don't make a dumb mistake, but maintain your aggressive play call.
Yeah, no doubt. And I think it's the play caller right now just taking a look at that script he's got in front of him and finding out where are my playmakers, who can we take advantage of on this defense to get a touchdown here, Dave.
Yeah, and just keep moving the ball down the field. Just execute a little bit better in the red zone. There's no need to panic. We're moving the football, and we got the lead.
Ball spotted at the 21. It's first down. They'll run it to the right side. They knock him down after a gain of 3 to the 23.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding the ball so he can break some of those big runs. But I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
Give to the running back. Barrels all the way to the 29, a gain of 6.
And runs like that are like body blows in a boxing match. 4, 5, 6-yard gains early turn into 20, 30, 40-yard gains later. They really wear down defenses, and they test their physicality.
On third and short, trying to impose their will and move the chains. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
The Trojans will try to pin them back with the punt. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Gets the first one of the day out of there. He ought to be fresh. They only used him twice in that victory last week. Slips through the line. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. Jacksonville State has it back, and the Gamecocks will go to work. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw an interception.
Wide open, he makes the catch. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. And now on second down for this offense. Motion trying to get the defense to show his hand. Swings it out to his running back. They ripped off 7 on that one. Now a third down and 3.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
And that one had some juice on it, but it's incomplete. And the Gamecocks will punt it away on fourth down.
Third and short like that on your own side of the field, you're just looking for a quick hitter. You're trying to get the ball out of your hand quickly, but the timing completely off there for the offense, and the ball falls incomplete.
Dude, how about that boom? I mean, you talk about power. That dude just booted that thing halfway across the field, completely flipping the field position and getting it down inside the 10. That is a nice job by that punter.
Backed up, 1st and 10 from inside their own 5, and they'll try to get this drive started. They go to the ground. Finds a hole, and he'll pick up 6 out to the 8-yard line.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
He'll pull it on the read. Tried to fight his way through that tackle, but he's brought down.
Really nice job by the defense shutting down all the options. Don't let him get into his reading phase. Go get him right now, play sound, and more importantly, tackle him and get him on the ground.
Coming after him. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks. And the Trojans come to the line with a new set of downs. From the gun, the ground game. They finally make the stop, but the big run is plenty to move those sticks for the 1st down. The Trojans look to keep this drive humming. Might as well give it to him again. Keeps the legs moving. That run epitomizes a veteran, savvy senior who knows how to find space. From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Pulls it and fires to the left. And he's able to shed 1 tackle and gets a pretty good pickup. You can work your way down the field with these wide receiver screens, but also look for the opportunity to turn them into chunk plays later.
No doubt, you throw it quickly. You get it to him now. DB comes up, has to make a tackle. Now you fake it maybe a little bit later on. So these plays, they're not huge plays all the time, but they can set up big plays down the road from your offense.
3rd and short now. They snap it from their own 46. The toss to the right. And they did not let him reach the line to gain. It'll bring up a decision here. And the Trojans will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And they'll get downfield and make the tackle right at the 16-yard line. Guys, we'll see what Jacksonville State can get going on over. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. They'll leave it with the lone back. That may not look like a huge run, but they'll take it as it gets them up to the 24. Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on 1st down. It's 2nd and 3. He's looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. Complete to the left. Oh, and after the big gain, the ball's loose. Defense just cradling that fumble and securing it. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Pocket starts to collapse. Didn't have much of a choice there, but to get rid of it.
And sometimes you see great shooters, and they get on fire, and they just can't miss. And that's what this QB looks like the last couple of weeks, man. Just completion percentage through the roof, running the offense at an elite level. You can tell in complete control of this offense.
And this junior loves to show off that big arm. They're down to the 35 on 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Buys a little time. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
And it's such an advantage for this defense to have an outside linebacker like that can rush the passer because they can set the edge. They can get off the ball, and they're just way too fast for tight ends or for offensive tackles to get out and block.
This is a 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. He makes the connection. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the 1st half. Now on 4th down, here comes the field goal team. Maybe being on the right hash will help him swing that big leg for this 54-yard attempt. Field goal is good. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Gentlemen, let's take a look at what's happening in this exciting college football game. USF fell behind early, and it's been an uphill climb since. Thing is, this is a program that's worked the portal about as well as anyone. These kids are tough and could just find a way. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to Tennessee.
He'll take the deep shot. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on first down. Now on second down. Quarterback will audible. He'll try it again on 2nd and 10. And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. They're trying, and here's a fumble way behind the line. It's as if that ball had a magnet going back to the offense. How in the world did they keep it? Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. So from his own end zone, the punt is away. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. They're already in great field goal position here, David. The question is how aggressive do... And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36. The defense coming up big there, and the sack is great, but the secondary deserves some credit too.
No doubt. When you can cover like that in the secondary and drop back in your zone and only rush a few, and you feel comfortable getting home, and they're going to get to the quarterback, that is a great feeling, and it's fun to be a defensive coordinator calling the plays.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down. And here comes the field goal unit. This kicker has already made a couple today. And he's going to have to get into this football. This is a 53-yard attempt. Good right down the boulevard.
Well, that kid just showed off his hammer for a leg, 50-plus, and he did it with ease.
So they get the late field goal right before the half, and not much time after this kickoff for an answer. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. They make the stop on the return, and that is priority 1. You don't want some big return to give up a cheap touchdown on the final play of the half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, who's had a better seat there in Jacksonville for an entertaining first half than you? And we have to start this halftime breakdown by addressing the play of this elite wide receiver. This is clearly a young man who, once he's finished playing on Saturdays, he's going to be playing on Sundays. The kid has different gears. He has a knack for finding gaps in the defense. And I can't remember a college player with that kind of catch radius.
The Trojans will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. Here he comes with the return. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Jacksonville State has it back, and the Gamecocks will go to work. Trailing by a couple of scores, they'd like to generate some confidence here early in the 3rd quarter.
Down 2 possessions, the coaching staff met in at halftime, and they've probably scripted this opening drive. Just like they do at the start of the game, they've now got an idea of what plays they feel most confident in, what plays their quarterback is seeing the best to go out here and execute a score.
And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
Yeah, and man, you talk about being down at the half. What's one thing I need to do? I got to protect my quarterback. In the first series here now, you're getting your quarterback here.
And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again. The Gamecocks send out the punt unit. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Typically, at this spot on the field, you make a fair catch. I'd call that risk-aversive, but it is good field position. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. You want to talk about having a weapon to bail out a drive? David, that's why kickers are so important after that long field goal.
And listen, important is a relative term. We need to make longer passes and get better gains so we don't have to kick long field goals, Palmer, again on offense.
Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. A 3rd and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. And they can't make the connection. And the Trojans will send out the punt unit. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. And the punt will hit at the 7, and they can't corral it. It goes into the end zone. It'll come out to the 20. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Found a little bit of running room, knocked down at the 24 after a pickup of 4.
See, they need more runs like that. It's been so few and far between. Defensively, they've been in position. They've been winning their one-on-one battles, getting off the blocks and rallying to the ball carrier. This defense has done a nice job slowing down the run game thus far.
And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. And he is corralled short of the line to gain.
You know, I think that was nickel right there, and I do like bringing in an extra DB. Why? Not only can that guy cover in the slot, but he can also blitz. You can kind of disguise and hide what you're doing because you got more guys that can really rush the passer or cover in the back end. So nice disguise, nice play.
Desperately wanted to keep the ball, but they did not. The back goes in motion. Finds a crease at the 20. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7. So close to cashing it in for this offense. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Trojans! No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead. The offense did exactly what it's supposed to do with a start like that one.
When you're set up with that field position, you're thinking touchdowns. You're not thinking field goals. It's exactly what the offense does. Takes advantage of great field position.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Guys, we'll see what Jacksonville State can get going on home. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time and put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the balance with this offense to really be productive. And last possession they went for it, they rolled the dice, Palmer, and it didn't work out for them.
Yeah, if you're better on 3rd down moving forward, though, you can keep yourself out of those situations.
Just a bit of a misfire there as they can't make the connection. The incomplete pass leaves them with 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Moving out of the pocket. Nothing doing downfield. He'll cut his losses and throw it away. It'll be 3rd down.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
Throws to the tight end. Finds space on the right. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them.
And, yeah, that's kind of surprising. And we talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season. But this offense just can't find it.
Fires toward the end zone. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on 2nd down, and they'll be left with a 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. He'll take another shot here. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. No sign of the punt team as they will go for it and try to move those chains. On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. Finds the tight end. Good, solid pickup there now. They can start to smell it with a 1st down at the 31. And the Gamecocks come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Pressure coming. And the defense gets home. Yippee-ki-yay at the 35.
And there's no mystery as to why this team's losing today. They've given up 5 sacks. They cannot keep their quarterback upright. And you just saw another example of it right there. He has never been able...
He's loose. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play. The Gamecocks trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. 2 of their 3 red zone trips have come up empty. They'd like to punch it in here on 2nd and goal. The run up the middle, looking for the score. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Gamecocks. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. They're just about ready to kick it away. From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you played a lot of plays, you get worn out, you need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer, now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football because it's a 2-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their win.
And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
This offense is going to have to come up with a plan to block this guy. He is an absolute monster, and he showed you all his tools on that sack.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again. The Trojans will punt this one away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. Jacksonville State has it back, and the Gamecocks will go to work. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make because they got to stop the bleeding, right?
One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. Line getting set on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Got it set up on the outside. He almost picked up the 1st down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. And a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive yards.
And the defense knew exactly where that 1st down line was, and they stopped him short. Trailing by a possession, they need to keep the ball. They'll try to convert on 4th down. Trying to get to it. And they got him. A sack denies the try to convert on 4th down. 1st down here for the offense. Pre-snap motion, quarterback trying to get a read. Takes the easy throw in the flat. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Quarterback empties his backfield. On 2nd down, just keeps firing. Lets it fly. It's caught downfield. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a 1st down for this offense.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds. Got some of the work done on first. Now let's see what they have on second down. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. The give to the tailback. Smashes through the tackle. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, USC! They add on another one, and they're about to push their record to 5-1. And the extra point splits the uprights, and the lead balloons to 15. The offense flexes its muscle a bit and widens the gap.
Take a little exhale. You know, you did your job. You got points. Now you put your defense in a position where, hey, go out and get another stop. We're in great shape, so the offense definitely taking care of their business.
Guys, we'll see what Jacksonville State can get going on home. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the fourth down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
And those are frustrating because you think you might get points, and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a compliment.
And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
That is now the 7th sack on defense. This offense cannot protect their QB. It doesn't matter if the defense is blitzing or if they're just winning one-on-one. 7 sacks. That's just ridiculous.
Trying to make magic on the scramble. At the 35, he's loose. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. This offense lines up feeling awfully good after that big play. Snags it over the middle.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
And a great job understanding where you're at on the field. And I know that sounds very simple, but I run that out route, I start getting towards the sidelines. I got to feel it. I don't have time to look down as the ball's coming to me. Great job catching it and getting that foot in bounds.
Well, the good news is you got the first down running it there on 2nd and short, but the bad news is you're down by quite a bit here in the 4th quarter, and 2, 3, 4-yard gains aren't going to get it done. You've got to start chucking this thing vertically to get back in the game.
Good run on the play, and he slides to avoid the hit. And the Gamecocks in the hurry up.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stats. But when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get a minimal gain. I like the slide, by the way, too. Get down and don't take a big hit.
You know, it's a good decision by the QB because his intended target wasn't open. So throw it out of bounds, and you can live to play another day here on this drive.
Quarterback checking off. On 2nd down, wants to throw it. He's moving out of the pocket. Quarterback tried to scramble around for a while, but the defense able to bring him down. This will be the 8th play of the drive, but a great opportunity for the defense to get off the field. On 3rd and long, he'll need to push it downfield. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
This offensive line is not going to like watching the film back tomorrow when they get the opportunity because they have gotten beat time and time again up front, especially in passing situations. All of the hits, all of the sacks this quarterback has taken is the big... lose this game.
And they are stopped on 4th down. That decision will be questioned. Quarterback on the keeper. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And this defense has got to make a play, right? It's the 4th quarter. We're trailing. You know this offense, they're going to get conservative. They want to eat that clock. You got to bring more guys to the line of scrimmage. Got to make plays. Got to get that football back.
On 2nd down, he'll fire. He's got his man. He's been so locked in, it seems like any pass called is a guaranteed chunk play.
Yeah, and winning late like this in the ball game, keep trusting him, keep spinning. You know why? Because stats matter late in the game. You want some postseason awards? Keep chucking it, keep getting those stats.
He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47. And the Trojans will snap it on 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory. You got to believe they just want to run it, take care of the football, and keep that clock moving on 2nd and 9. He is delivering the blow while running the ball, and he gets it to the 39. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Big 3rd down play here. If they get a stop, you'll see an immediate timeout. Trying to pick it up on the ground. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. The Trojans will call on their punt team. He'll try to really get into this one. And the ball will bounce at the 4 and find its way into the end zone for a touchback. Jacksonville State has it back, and the Gamecocks will go to work. There have been a couple of missed opportunities for these offenses in the last couple of drives, Jesse.
And I think for this offense here, it'd be nice to hit an explosive play, be aggressive, and really pay off your...
Trying to beat the D deep. And they can't make the connection, going for a big play on 1st down.
Yeah, and I think you know the situation as a defender, and you know you're up by a score, and you know exactly what's going on with the offense. They got to make some big plays here in the 4th quarter. Nice job playing the deep ball.
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. They're bringing heat. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
And this offense is trying to make something happen. You're down later in the game, but this defense is having none of it. 2 sacks in a row.
The incomplete pass makes this series end in frustration as they turn it over on downs. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today too, David. They had a really good game plan coming into this one. They went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah, lights out, and this game's over. I'm interested to see the philosophy now. Do we keep chucking the pill and keep trying to score points because it's the defense's responsibility to stop them, or do they just run this clock and say, all right, we did enough today, we kicked them in the face?